I'm Uyi Agumofwebe. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV, channel 365 and StarTimes 276. You can download the Global TV Nigeria mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our 247 broadcast. President Bola Tinubu has arrived in Anambra State for a one-day working visit to inaugurate key development projects executed by the state government. Welcoming the president were several dignitaries, including Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo, his deputy Onyeka Chukwu Ibezem, members of the House of Assembly, top dignitaries from the state, among others. The House of Representatives has passed for a second reading a bill for an act to establish the National Electoral Offences Commission. Sponsor of the bill, Adebayo Olusegun Balogun, explained that the proposed commission is intended to relieve the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, of the responsibility of prosecuting electoral offenders. Queen Agaba has more. We'll bring you details of that report later. The House of Representatives has resolved to urge the federal government to establish compressed natural gas conversion centers equitably across the country to give all Nigerians a sense of belonging. It also mandated the Committee on Gas Resources to ensure compliance and report back within 4 weeks. The resolution followed a motion by Honorable Aliyu Madaki, who noted that while the presidential compressed natural gas aims to lower living costs and reduce environmental pollution, the distribution of conversion centers has been uneven. He expressed concern that apart from Kaduna, no states in the northwest or northeast benefits from the initiative, despite the commercial viability of states like Kano, Borno, Katsina, and Sokoto. Some lawmakers also contributed to the debates, expressing worry over the exclusion of commercially viable states such as Kano, Borno, Katsina, and Sokoto from the initiative.
Well, that for the takeoff of the Presidential Compressed Gas Initiative, the federal government proposed to establish CNG combustion centers in some states, including Abia, Bayelsa, Cross River, and Ebonyi, with one center each, while Akwa Ibom has 5 centers, Delta 9 centers, Edo with 11 centers, Ekiti with 7 centers, Enugu and Kogi with 3 centers, FCT Abuja 3 centers, Kaduna with 10 centers, Kwara with 8 centers, and Lagos with 70 centers.
We are calling for the policy implementers to please vindicate this government. We know government has done their best, but let the policy makers consider Northeast. There is no single CNG center in the whole of Northeast sub-region.
But look at the entire northeast of this part of this country was completely ignored. And look at the 80% of the northwest corridor of this country was completely exempted. That is the corridors, not even the cities. The corridors where commuters will fly. And then the main aim of this initiative is to give relief to the Nigerian masses occasioned by the transitive hardship as a result of fuel subsidy.
The House of Representatives has also called on the federal government to collaborate with state governments to construct additional National Youth Service Corps orientation camps and expand existing ones to accommodate at least 5,000 corps members in every state of the Federation. The House also urged the Federal Ministry of Youth, in partnership with relevant stakeholders, to develop a clear framework for achieving the construction and expansion of these camps.
That some states lack orientation camps to accommodate and meet the increasing number of corps members deployed, while other states temporarily utilize secondary schools buildings to accommodate prospective corps members. Disturbed by the current dilapidated state of permanent orientation camps in the country, which is causing dissatisfaction due to inadequate facilities, overstretching the existing facilities, leaving corps members with no options other than to be.
This resolution followed the adoption of a motion moved by Honorable Garaba Muhammad. Uyi Agmofwebe, reporting for Global TV News. Let's turn to other stories now. The Armed Forces of Nigeria says it has neutralized scores of terrorists, including one of their leaders, known as Nkwachi Eze, popularly referred to as Onowu, who has been on the wanted list of the military. The Director, Defense Media Operations, Major General Marcos Kangye, made this known while addressing journalists on the operational activities of the armed forces in Abuja. Defense correspondent Kikelomo Okere tells us more.
The Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Marcos Kenge, reveals that Nkwachi Eze, otherwise known as Onowu, has been on the wanted list of the military, having responsible for coordinating series of attack and kidnapping across the southeast. The troops have also taken into custody one Buhari Umar, a wanted suspected gun runner who also doubles as leader of the kidnapping syndicate terrorizing He further reels out that the troops of Operation Wild Stroke arrested a 5-man kidnapping syndicate in Lafia local government area of Nasarawa State and rescued 173 kidnapped hostages, while over 204 terrorists and members of their families surrendered to own troop. Also in the South-South region, troops of Operation Delta Safe foiled all theft worth over 1.9 billion naira. The Military High Command reiterated its commitment to remain focused in ensuring national security and welfare of its personnel as troops continue to put in more effort to safeguard the nation's territorial integrity and protect citizens from all forms of threats. Kikelomo Okere, Global Television News.
Kikelomo, thank you. Governor Dauda Lawal of Zamfara State has tasked the 2025 Amirul Hajj Committee to ensure the general well-being of the state pilgrims throughout the pilgrimage. The 2025 Zamfara State Amirul Hajj Committee was inaugurated at the Council Chamber of the Government House in Gusau, and Alhaji Garba Muhammad Tambari, the Emir of Maradun, will serve as its chairman. Kabir Hassan tells us more.
While inaugurating the committee, Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal says the team is expected to ensure a successful Hajj operation and the welfare, safety and comfort of Zamfara State pilgrims.
As an administration, we recognize that facilitating a successful Hajj operation is not merely an administrative duty, but a spiritual obligation. The welfare, safety and comfort of our pilgrims must be the cornerstone of our efforts.
He urged the committee to maintain a strong working relationship with the Zamfara State Hajj Commission, relevant federal agencies and Saudi partners to ensure smooth coordination and real-time problem solving. Hassan Kabir reporting for Global TV.
From Kabir Hassan's story now, let's turn to other developments. Wife of the president, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, has commissioned a 100-bed mother and child center in Awomama, Oru East local government area of Imo State. Represented by the wife of the vice president, Ajia Nana Shetima, The First Lady's visit is said to be part of the federal government's drive to improve maternal and child health care under the Sustainable Development Goals program. Amarachi Ibe reports.
The First Lady of Nigeria, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, continues to champion the welfare of women and children across the country. In Imo State, her name now graces a new 100-bed mother and child center, built in Awam Mama under the SDG initiative. Representing the First Lady at the commissioning was Hajiya Nana Shettima, wife of the Vice President, who emphasized the center's importance in addressing maternal and child health challenges in rural communities.
We must continue to emphasize the vital importance of maternal health care in building a healthier society. I therefore urge our women and members of this community to take this advantage of the services available at this mother and child center. I also charge you to take ownership of this center. It is for your benefits and the welfare of your children.
Speaking at the event, Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma says the naming of the center after the First Lady is a tribute to her tireless service to women and vulnerable groups nationwide. He added that the facility aligns with ongoing state-led health reforms, including the renovation of 305 primary health centers in collaboration with the World Bank, deployment of mobile clinics, and revitalization of general hospitals and teaching institutions across Imo State.
Our administration is deeply committed to reducing maternal and child mortality linked to inadequate facilities and healthcare access. This new hospital directly supports that mission and expands the reach of modern healthcare in our state. Having personally visited the site ahead of this event, I can attest that this hospital was delivered to specification, equipped with modern medical technology, and ready to serve.
The Senior Special Assistant to the President on Sustainable Development Goals, Princess Adejoke Olarope, explained that the project is one of the several initiatives being implemented across Nigeria under the Sustainable Development Goal 3, which focuses on good health and well-being.
And promises made by your reliable, responsible, and responsive President, the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu GCFR, who believes that no woman should die or no child should die when giving birth. Women is vessel of life and should be protected and preserved.
With the commissioning of the Senator Oluremi Tinubu Mother and Child Center, Awam Mama becomes a critical part of Imo's growing health infrastructure dedicated to safe motherhood and child survival. From Awam Mama in Oru East Local Government Area, Amarachi Ibe, reporting for Global TV News.
Imo State correspondent Amarachi Ibe, thank you for your reporting. Following 6 defections from its fold, the People's Democratic Party, PDP, in the House of Representatives has lost 3 of its former members to the All Progressives Congress, APC. The defecting lawmakers are Dambaya Balarabe, representing Bakori Danja constituency of Katsina State, Ilyasu Abubakar, representing Batsara Safana Dan Musa constituency, and Yusuf Majigiri, representing Mashi Dutsi constituency, both of Katsina State. Kikalamo Okeri has more. Let's bring you that report later. In the meantime, the House of Representatives has directed the Committee on Healthcare Services to work with the Federal Ministry of Health and other relevant agencies to create a framework for subsidizing cancer treatments and drugs in Nigeria. They also called for more treatment centers, additional radiation therapy machines, and free nationwide cancer screening programs.
Participants are well equipped to provide quality family planning services for the Omona.
This training brought together nurses and midwives from 25 healthcare facilities across Zamfara State. Representing the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Nafisa Maradun, the Executive Secretary of the Hospital Service Management Board, Mustafa Marafa, says the training is designed to equip frontline healthcare workers with both the practical skills and data management knowledge needed to scale up family planning services in the state.
There are very big issues that has to do with family planning in our population. And I think this NGO is ready to provide, especially the new hormonal IUD that is maybe new and uncommon and is very safe for usage. Number two,
the coordinator of family planning at the Zamfara State Primary Healthcare Board, Shafatu Abubakar, stressed the need for continuous awareness campaigns to dispel myths and encourage more women to embrace the hormonal IUD method as a safe and effective family planning option.
Safety of hormonal IUD is I think, is 100% safe, and it's even easier to use for all women, women of childbearing age, because it even prevents women from cervical cancer and other cancer that affecting women. So I think it's almost 100% safe.
The Executive Director of the Health for Life and Development Foundation, Dr. Abubakar Danladi, highlighting that the training is part of a broader initiative to increase the acceptance and uptake of hormonal IUDs in Zamfara. He noted that participants are expected to replicate the training in their respective health facilities with supervision and follow-up over a 6-week period.
So we are building the capacity of the family planning provider towards achieving increased uptake of this family planning method called hormonal IUD. To achieve one is to ensure that this group of participants are well equipped to provide quality family planning services for the hormonal IUD. And the second one is that they are also equipped to conduct training to colleagues at the facility level.
The training is expected to significantly enhance the quality of reproductive health services in Zamfara, contributing to reducing maternal mortality and improved health outcomes for women. August Kumobno reporting for Global Television News.
Zamfara State's government has reaffirmed its commitment to supporting programs that promote family planning among women as a means to improve maternal health and overall well-being. Representing the Commissioner for Health, Dr. Nafisa Maradun, the Executive Secretary of the Hospital Services Management Board, Mustafa Marafa, gave this assurance during the commencement of a specialized training for healthcare providers on the use of hormonal intrauterine devices, IUDs, in Gusau, the state's capital. Ogochukwu Mobuno has details. We'll bring you that report later. The Court of Appeal sitting in Akure, Ondo State capital, has dismissed the appeal filed by the candidates of the new Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, in November 16, 2024 governorship election in Ondo State, Olugbenga Edema, against the victory of Governor Lucky Aiyedatiwa and his deputy, Dr. Olaide Adelomi. In the judgment delivered by the appeal court, Justice Oyebisi Omoleye confirmed the judgment of the Federal High Court. You're watching a live broadcast of the Midday News with Uyi Agmofwegwe. When the rest of the news returns, the Flying Eagles arrive in Ismaila for quarterfinal showdown. And that's what we're leaving it here on the Midday News on Global Television. We appreciate you for your time. I'm Uyi Agmofwegwe saying a big thank you for watching. We'll see you soon.